Hey guys, and welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. My name is Green Zero. We have another game here for you today. This time a 1v1 on the map. Tournament Galactic. That's right, it's Tournament Galaxy. We have two players today. It is the Russian show. We have Futurama Russian playing as Scrin Vanilla on the west side of Tournament Galaxy. And that means Eclipse is going to be the green nod on the right-hand side of Tournament Galaxy. We can already see now that Futurama is sending out his scouts. He's going to go two buzzard down the bottom. He's going to secure his spike. We're going to expect that Eclipse is going to do the same thing. Just one squad there. Now, this matchup is not actually a random mirror, so both of these guys know what they're up against. They've actually selected their factions. I believe this is from a series. The Russians like to play a lot of series versus each other, and it's always a weird number, like best of 6 or 8 or 10, where you can actually have a draw if you win the same amount of games. But nonetheless, this is just how they roll, and it does produce a lot of good games. Futurama, you all know him. Eclipse has been around for a little while. With the Charles mod, obviously it made him a little bit better than what he actually is, but this is 1.02 plus, so skill is going to be the major factor in this engagement. Battle markers over here. Looks like he will clean up the scouting squad, but Futurama Russian, he can see the War Factory, and that's really everything he needs to see. Once he's seen the War Factory, he can be very confident in knowing that he is going to be safe. Eclipse is just going to scout out Futurama. Going to power down the refinery, 3 harvesters there. Going to go for a power plant before he moves the drone ship. As Screen, you generally want to try to get the power plant down if possible, just because you have a much longer deployment and redeploy time frame than what the other factions do. You have a delay on your deploy as well as your redeploy, and if you got to do that twice in the one move, it just sets you back. It just does set you back a little bit, whereas Eclipse actually builds the extra power plants he needs as well. But you can see that as Nod or GDI, you can just instantly deploy, and you can build even before the animation completes. So it's just much better to expand as these factions. Of course, the Screen drone platform can fly, which is a pretty big advantage later on. Looks like Futurama just going to secure this building down here. There's not much Eclipse can do about that right now. Looks like both sides just going to settle for a little bit of ecoing. One Seeker tank. Is it just going to be one? I believe it's just one Seeker tank just to get that additional scout off, because, yeah, look, there's bikes coming. Futurama can't see anything, which is why he built the one Seeker tank. He doesn't want to get jumped by any bikes. The problem is Eclipse can't see anything either, which means he's not going to see the Seeker tank, which means he's going to run straight into it. He's going to be able to destroy it. No, not actually even going to be able to destroy it. It's going to sit there, but now Futurama has precious seconds to begin producing something to stop this. And look at that, there's already some Seeker tanks here, and they just use this time to basically move into position. So he wasn't really going to take any significant risk. He does have an extractor down, so he has got his expansion up. Eclipse has done the same thing, does have his bikes. He will come back and destroy that Seeker tank. Now, he hasn't lost any bikes, which is okay. Futurama Russian has 4 Seeker tanks, 5th Seeker tank moving out, maybe a 6th Seeker tank coming out now. Could be looking at a nerve center push, double ref down here for Eclipse, so he might need a Rax or something like that down here if these Seekers get serious. He will kite. Kiting's good, you can kite this, so he's going to almost take out one Seeker tank straight away. There's a Scorpion tank there as well, and he will do some pretty good kiting, making sure he's not taking too much return fire from these guys. That one Scorpion tank, it looks like it's enough to really push Futurama back. He's got 5 tanks, 5 Seekers here. And look at that, that's good control by both players. Both players really made a good effort there, not trying to put themselves into too much danger. I feel that Eclipse just handled that just remarkably well. And Futurama's decided he's not going to push in there. Still just some scouts firing off. Eclipse does hold this garrison. Let's have a look here. Second War Factory comes down now for Futurama. Already had the 2 extractors up. Second War Factory is down for Eclipse. Looks like he constructed an additional harvester, and he is got his tier 2 down. This is in a position where he can crawl to the 3rd field, so that's actually quite smart. Double ref and an operations center. He can now expand without having to move his MCV. He does have these 5 bikes in the top, so let's see if they can get around. I keep jumping down to that battle marker there. Futurama may sniff something out. He is backing up, and yeah, look at that. He does actually have this tower, and that's going to give him, again, the precious seconds he needs to reposition some of these Seekers in this Gunwalker. Eclipse is going to try to go in, but I think he's going to realize that that's going to be a bit fruitless there. He's just going to lose units if he goes in. He's just going to chill there. Battle marker down here as well. Futurama trying to clean this out here. Unfortunately, Eclipse didn't pull his bikes away far enough, and he will lose 3 of them. 2 will escape. Doesn't get any kills on the way. Actually, there's something happening in the middle now. We have some Scorpion tanks coming in here with a few Raider buggies. Raider buggies come forward, clear the Disintegrators, then they back off. The Scorpion tanks are better than the Seeker tanks. Needs to watch out though, because those Disintegrators will make all the difference. And yeah, look at this control here from Eclipse. Able to thin the Disintegrators and then just deal with the Seeker tanks. Futurama does have an attack on the south side though, but I think Eclipse should be able to deal with that. He's pushing forward. He's got shields down, attenuated force fields, but the thing is, there's still quite a bit here for him to deal with. There's not enough to really deal with these Scorpion tanks. The Scorpion tanks now have these, I had to quickly pause there, but these Scorpion tanks here, they have Dozer Blades. It looks like that attack is going to continue now, so he's got 5 Seekers here, and Eclipse hasn't actually bothered to defend this very well, and 1 tank is down. He's also getting attacked in the north here, so Futurama, this actually looked pretty bad for him. He's actually pushed this attack back. He's forced Eclipse back. There's only a flame tank here. He's forced everything off the main. This is good control here from Futurama. He's actually doing so much damage on this counter attack now, and Eclipse is just, not only has he been routed, he's been forced to pull all the way back to base. He's still losing harvesters. He's lost at least 3 harvesters. And now he's lost another harvester there. The Scorpion tanks are finally here. They should be able to clean this up. And he should be able to push this away. But I mean, look at this. He's actually destroyed a refinery as well. So that's really bad. Doesn't really need 2 refineries there. But Futurama just came in and he just hit. He hit Eclipse pretty hard. There are still surprisingly 4 harvesters down there. Looks like he's going to back up. He left the Raider buggies behind, but they're pretty quick so they can get away. No, the tripods are now out for Futurama, who's looking pretty good. I mean, his economy is untouched, and yeah, he has lost some Seeker tanks, but Eclipse has lost probably an equal amount of Scorpions and Raider buggies here. Plus, Eclipse has lost several harvesters. He's done a good job of recovering, so we have actually 6 harvesters on the bottom field. He's got 2 harvesters there, 2 harvesters there. So he's managed to keep his harvester count reasonably high. He's going to call in. This is going to be Mind Strike, no doubt. This is going to be Mind Strike. I think he needs the Mind Strike to come in. And look at this. Futurama actually backed up, and that means the mines will be wasted. The Seekers, of course, will eventually be able to dispatch that. And Futurama, he's just going to take the blue Tiberium behind this. He's going to secure that blue Tiberium. He's just going to wait for more reinforcements. He has managed to crawl to his expansion. Refs are spread out, and now he's refining off that 3rd base. We can see that Futurama, if you look at the radar, Futurama has harvested more Tiberium. Not only has Futurama cleaned up his main field, he's almost cleaned up his expansion, where Eclipse has about half of his expansion left. He has harvested a bit off of his 3rd, so that's something to keep in mind. There is a flame tank here, surprisingly, in Eclipse's base. There is a few Seekers left, and these flame tanks will actually be able to dispatch that. Oh, battle happening in the middle now. Almost missed that. There was a battle happening. It looks like he didn't commit. He kind of just poked. There is a flame tank down there. No, it's just a random venom. I think clicks are going to come down. Eclipse needs to just back up. Yeah, he's sitting there. You know what? But the clicks aren't going to do enough because Futurama, he's spread out. If he spends money on clicks, that's less money to defend against Futurama's growing army. He's got 4 tripods with shields, and he's got Gunwalker Seeker support. So you've got to be careful. At the end of the day, Scorpion tanks won't be able to fight those once they get too high. That Seeker looks like it was just for scouting purposes. Not going to click Futurama. I think maybe he's seen that it's just not worth it. There's so many harvesters. The refs are spread. If he just sinks that money into clicks, it's probably not going to pay for itself. Is he building anything? He's not constructing anything right now. The flame tanks go around the top now. The flame tanks are both together, which makes them obviously even more powerful, but if they get caught like they have here, we can see the tribals. Oh my god, he forced out the stasis. That is massive, by the way. That is massive. He's forced out the stasis. He's not going to get anything. He's going to lose that too quickly. Battle markers over here. Raider buggy will find a small hit squad down there. Realizes they're still here. Base push is coming in from Futurama. So it's going to start a base push. He has shard launchers. Maybe going to bring some Devastator warships. No Devastators coming out just yet. And yeah, that other flame tank. But that's massive. That stasis has a 7-minute cooldown. It's like a super weapon, like Blackrush says. And now he doesn't have that. And Eclipse has massed, look at this, 8 avatars. Just almost out of thin air. He didn't have those before. He's just pumped out these 8 avatars, and all of a sudden it's going to be much harder to do this. He also has laser capacitors, and he's going to fight this. He's going to do this in a stand-up fight. Does he actually have enough to overrun this? You'd hope so. He might want to focus down the Seeker tanks first. That Seeker tank pretty badly damaged. Battle marker here. It looks like the engagement is going to start, but it looks like Futurama doesn't want to engage it. He doesn't have enough tripods. He does not have enough tripods here. There's not enough tripods. Is he going to engage? I think he's going to engage now. He's just going to go in. He's going to go in, and all the Scorpion tanks are getting shredded, by the way. The Scorpion tanks are just getting shredded. but the avatars are standing firm now. We have lasers versus tripods, and it looks like we see one of the Devastators gets destroyed here. There are some laser buggies to the flank here as well. I think Futurama doesn't have enough. There's infantry coming to back it up. The infantry do have the upgrades as well. They do have at least one upgrade, the Tiberium Infusion. That's going to help him out. There's actually really no anti-infantry here for Futurama. There are quite a number of tripods remaining, so he might be okay. He needs to stop these husks. Oh my god, these husks are getting reclaimed here. One assimilator managed to get to the husk, and that's going to hurt. He needs to make sure these avatars are destroying these husks here. Husks still littering the ground here. Phase field comes down, so he can forget about shooting at that tripod. He's still going to shoot at that tripod. Now he's moving, but unfortunately he's vulnerable to a crush. He needs to make sure this assimilator, that assimilator will be destroyed, and I would start targeting down these last few husks now, because he's going to lose his fire, and then he needs to be able to clean this up. Battle markers have hit two flame tanks in the back of Futurama's base. He's going to take out all the economy. There's nothing to stop this. There's no war factory and no structures here. He's going to lose his tech, he's going to lose everything, but meanwhile Eclipse is losing this fight. He needs to make sure these husks are destroyed. He cannot give these husks to Futurama. He has a hexapod. If Futurama gets his husks, he wins the game. He wins the game. He's going to be able to take this out now. Two stealth tanks are coming in as well. Oh my god, he's got stealth tanks coming in. The flame tank's going to do some work. The stealth tanks can actually deal with the harvesters. They're actually just firing at kind of everything. He can't control everything right now. Unfortunately, it looks like he did clean up some of the avatar husks, but there are still some tripods remaining. Futurama taking his sweet time claiming those. He needs to get those a lot quicker than what he's doing. The flame tanks will be cleaned up. The stealth tanks are still alive. They do not have tib core, but I mean, two stealth tanks, you can still one-shot a harvester with that tib core. He's actually going to target the refinery, because Futurama only has 2 refineries left. This could be smart. I mean, if you think about it, there are so many harvesters from Futurama. It would take quite a long time to destroy them, whereas if he just destroys the refinery, then the harvesters become useless. He has moved his MCV forward. Does he have a stealth tower? He does not have a stealth tower here, which means this is in the vision range here, and he's just putting down a ton of these buzzer hives. Luckily, no Devastator warships survived to this point in the game, which means he can't build those really strong anti-infantry artillery units. Going to put down the obelisk. Might want to put it behind the MCV. It's kind of to the side, but he can building block. He's pouring everything he's got into infantry. Now he does have the redemption ability as well, which is going to be quite good. The stealth tanks now, what are they shooting at? Again, look at this. He's just going to shoot the refinery. It's just like, hey, you've got like 15 harvesters, so it's just going to be much easier to just kill the refineries, and Futurama needs to do something about that. He's going to lose his last refinery, and then what's he going to do? He's going to have to build another. He's moving the MCV. He's going to go all in. He's going to go all in. These stealth tanks now could destroy the remainder of the structures, or there's only power plants. 2 tripods had to be left behind to deal with that. He's now going to rally them forward, realizing that perhaps it's just a good idea just to go for the all in here. We are going to see this attack take place, so looks like Futurama Russian is going to come in. There's not a lot of anti-infantry there. There's the redemption ability. Does Eclipse have the ability to use the EMP on these units here? He needs to get some EMP off right now. No EMP is coming down. He's getting tons of awakened squads, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the skill or the micro to actually use the EMP. He's got awakened squads everywhere there. Finally, the first EMP comes down, but that was way too late. It looks like Eclipse may be defeated here just because he could not control the EMP. He's still got a ton of EMP troopers here, but it doesn't matter because most of his force has been destroyed. He really has nothing remaining right now. He does have the stealth tanks. The stealth tanks are trying to clean up the last structures, which they will clean up the last ones, but we know, look at that, he's put some more structures down. The drone ship is here. Eclipse really has no chance, man. If he just put the obelisk behind his MCV, and if he got the EMP off, he would have been fine. He could have just blanket EMP, but unfortunately we saw, I think, one EMP. He just didn't have the skill to use the EMP. I think it was way too fast of a fight for him, and he's just going to get overrun. But, I mean, up until that point in time, pretty intense game. It's going to have an intense ending. The stealth tanks are going to fight. They are going to fight, but, I mean, really, he's got a veterancy on one, but it's just really a matter of time at this point. He really can't destroy these. There's too much structures. He's even got a refinery down, and he's running out of structures. He has 3 left. He's calling in the shadow teams, I guess, just because he can, maybe to bomb something, but there's only 3 structures left, so those stealth tanks aren't going to matter at all. Those stealth tanks are going to try to take this down, but the stealth tanks will be destroyed as soon as those last power plants go down. So that's going to be the end of the game. Surprisingly, he must have a building somewhere, because on the radar, it looks like everything is gone. Wait, what the heck? Has he got any buildings left? How is Eclipse? Oh my god, there's an MCV in the top. It's a cloaked MCV. He's going to fight with 2 almost dead stealth tanks. They do have a veterancy. Now this one is a problem because it's on fire. It means it can't re-stealth. Because it's on fire, he cannot re-stealth it. And I mean, Futurama can refine, which means he's just going to build Seeker tanks, and he's going to fight. He's going to hunt these down now. His only chance is to get one of these to heroic, but even if he does that, he's not going to be able to destroy everything that's here. And he's not going to be able to destroy the buildings because Futurama's just going to cuddle up. He's going to build disintegrators, which are going to be a nightmare for stealth tanks. I think at this point in time, Eclipse is just delaying the inevitable right now. Did he lose one? No, he's still got the stealth tanks here again. This one cannot re-stealth because it's in heavy damage mode. So yeah, if you're in heavy damage mode, no stealth generators. The other one can still stealth. Where is it? But yeah, I have a feeling, yeah, the game's basically done, but Eclipse is going to drag it for the max. He's going to do an unleash and just drag it to a maximum amount of time possible. He's going to try to shoot at this refinery. I mean, Futurama's probably got a lot of money right now. Oh, not that much. But yeah, where is the MCV? It's going back to the north, so Futurama now has to just search for this. And look at that, that stealth tank is down. He really needs to surrender right now. He needs to surrender right now. He's got one stealth tank left, and he's going to be found by these disintegrator squads. The disintegrators can chase him, but I mean, they won't catch him. So, might try to cut parts of this game out because, yeah, it was a good game. But the problem with players like Eclipse and things like that is like you have a really good replay and then you've got 10 minutes at the end where nothing happens because he just won't surrender. There we go. All right, finally he surrenders. So that's the end of the game. But yeah, up until that point, it was quite a good game. Futurama was looking a bit iffy. I think Eclipse could have handled some engagements a little bit better. Eclipse handled the game good at the start, and then as the game got longer, he got worse and worse, basically, yeah. Once he got into the later stages of the game, Futurama's skill and experience came through, and that's what really won the game. Not too much else to say about that. It was a nice game to watch. It was quite interesting. Unfortunately, Eclipse was overrun there. Futurama will claim the victory, but anyway, hope you all enjoyed that video. My name's Green Zero. I'll catch you all in the next fight.